People have always wondered what lies beyond the light. A cold breath on your neck. Eyes watching from the darkness. But what if the unknown isn't waiting to be discovered? What if it's already here, watching you? Today, we descend deeper into the shadows, where legends breathe and nightmares walk. This is the third chapter of our journey into the world of mythical creatures. Each step, stranger, darker, and more terrifying than the last. The first creature in our video is the Skinwalker. Its true form is horrifying. Twisted human figures with lifeless faces and eyes like empty voids. Sometimes they move with a jerky, unnatural motion, as if their bodies are controlled by something that doesn't belong there. Others tell of enormous predators with subtle yet deeply unsettling human features. Yet this is only one of the many shapes a Skinwalker can take an animal, a human, or something in between. According to the Navajo, this is no ordinary being. It is a witch or shaman who has broken sacred laws, crimes so unspeakable they cannot be named. Through these acts, they gain the power to assume any form, an animal, a human, or something your mind refuses to understand. In the silent desert lands of Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico, its name is rarely spoken. They say merely saying, the word draws it closer. Does it really exist? No scientific study has ever found proof, but that is little comfort. Because when night falls and the horizon fades into black, you sometimes hear something in the distance. You want to believe it's the wind until you realize it's whispering your name. The next creature in this video is Bigfoot. Its presence is colossal, a shadow of muscle and hair with eyes that catch the moonlight like glowing embers. It is usually described as an ape-like figure between 2 and 3 meters tall, walking upright and giving off a penetrating stench. Some describe an eerie silence before it appears, followed by heavy footsteps that make the earth tremble. According to the stories of native tribes, it is an ancient being, a guardian of the forest, or a remnant from a time before humans. A figure you see when you've strayed too far, or in places where maps have no meaning. In the misty forests of the Pacific Northwest, its name is spoken softly, as if the forest itself is listening. For those who seek it may find more than they bargained for. Does it really exist? Giant footprints have been found, blurry photos taken, and videos recorded, always just vague enough. Some researchers believe it's an unknown species of primate, perhaps a surviving branch of an extinct great ape. Others think it's a case of mistaken identity bears walking upright or outright hoaxes. Whatever the truth, Bigfoot has become a cultural phenomenon. There are festivals, expeditions, and countless documentaries trying to bring it to life. Whether it roams the forests or only our imagination, one thing is certain: Bigfoot keeps alive our longing for the mystery of the unknown. The third creature in this video is the Jersey Devil. Its true form is a nightmare, a thin, winged creature with the head of a goat, claws like knives, and eyes that glow in the dark. Sometimes it moves through the trees with terrifying speed, its wings beating like a storm wind. Others tell of a high-pitched, bone-chilling scream that slices through the night's silence. Yet this is only one of many descriptions of the Jersey Devil, a demon, a mutant, or something in between. According to New Jersey legend, it was born as the 13th child of Mother Leeds, cursed with its first breath, and transformed into the beast that now roams the Pine Barrens. For centuries, sightings have been reported, each followed by panic and abandoned towns. In the dense, mist-covered forests of southern New Jersey, its name is spoken with both disgust and fear. They say speaking it invites it closer. Does it really exist? Some swear they've seen its tracks larger than any animal in the region. Others claim it chased them on the road, its silhouette lit by headlights only to vanish in the next blink. But those who hear its cry never forget that sound. The next creature in this video is the Siren Head. Siren Head is a strange and unexplained phenomenon that has been the subject of growing stories in recent years. According to witnesses, it appears as an extremely tall, thin creature, with long limbs and 2 metal sirens where a head would normally be. Sometimes it remains completely still and barely moves, blending into its surroundings, especially near power lines or in dense forests. Other times it's noticed because of piercing siren sounds, distorted voices, or sudden interference in electronic devices. No one knows exactly what Siren Head is. Some believe it's a remnant of an old experiment, while others think it's a supernatural being that feeds on fear. There are also those who see it as a modern myth born on the internet, yet one that's strangely consistent across reports from people who don't know each other. Most sightings come from remote areas where few people live and sound travels far. Witnesses sometimes report hearing voices of loved ones calling them into the woods, only to find nothing but silence and the uneasy feeling of being watched. There's no solid evidence that Siren Head is real, but the stories continue to surface. Whether it's a visual illusion, a hoax, or something we don't yet understand, the idea of a creature hiding in the space between man and machine continues to capture the imagination. The fifth creature in this video is the Ogopogo. In the clear waters of Lake Okanagan in Canada, legends speak of a creature called Ogopogo. Some describe it as a snake-like monster meters long, with a dark, sleek body and a head resembling that of a small horse. In the moonlight, its scales are said to glisten like wet metal, while its eyes, cold and calculating, seem to see right through you. Others speak of a series of dark, humped backs gliding slowly through the water, as if the lake itself were breathing. Some estimates say it can grow up to 15 meters in length. The first documented sighting dates back to 1926, when dozens claim to have seen the same creature. Since then, Ogopogo has often been called the Canadian Loch Ness. Scientists suspect most sightings are caused by floating logs, waves, or large fish, yet new stories and photographs keep surfacing. In the town of Kelowna, there's even a friendly-looking statue for tourists, but out on the lake, people rarely speak its name aloud. Because if you're standing on the shore at night and see the still water begin to ripple from the lake's dark heart, you hope it's just a fish. Does it really exist? Over the years, researchers have tried to capture it on sonar, cameras, and countless expeditions. The findings are always vague, blurry images, unexplained shadows, conflicting eyewitness accounts. No conclusive proof has ever been found, but the legend remains and the lake stays still and dark. The last creature in this video is the Adlet. In the icy wilderness of Greenland and the far north of Canada, ancient stories tell of the Adlet. According to Inuit legends, they are beings half human, half dog. The upper body of a man, muscular and fur-clad, but with the long, powerful legs and claws of a predator. Their teeth are sharp as wind-carved ice, and their eyes are said to glow red in the polar twilight. They are said to run faster than any animal, their panting heard from miles away. The origin of the Adlet traces back to myths in which an Inuit woman married a giant dog. From this unusual union, 10 children were born, 5 dogs and 5 Adlet. The dogs stayed with their mother, but the Adlet traveled west, becoming bloodthirsty warriors according to the stories. Some see the legend as a warning about strangers or hostile tribes. Others believe it's more than a story, that something still hunts in the emptiness of the Arctic. Does it really exist? Scientists consider the Adlet a mythical creation, a tale meant to warn children and pass on survival lessons. Yet hunters sometimes claim to have seen strange tracks in the snow, too large for a dog, too long for a human. And when you see a shadow moving at the edge of moonlight on the tundra at night, you might think it's just the wind, until you realize the shadow is getting closer. What if the legends aren't just stories but warnings? Subscribe to my channel and keep descending with me into the world of the unexplained, because in the silence between the facts, the mystery lives on.